Hello everyone, my name's Jolyon and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. We have another unboxing for you today. We have the Kill Team starter set, in fact, for you, which is going to be fun. There's a couple of miniatures in here which I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on, and some which I'm looking forward to doing some conversions for. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the back. Well, in fact, let's have a look at the front to begin with. Here it is. Lovely stuff. You get some miniatures. We've got some scenery, but it's not really the scenery that is contained within, as you can see from the reverse shot right here. In fact, so these are the miniatures here. You get the Space Marines up here, and then you get the Death Guard down here. These were, in fact, from the Space Marine Heroes sort of series. I think this was Series 3 and Series 4. So they are available. I guess you just have to really wait for them to pop up again. But they are, as you can see, easy to build. Push fit, no glue, no tools required. So that's going to be a good thing. It is a starter set. It is supposed to get people up and running, playing the games, and into the Warhammer 40k universe as quickly and I guess as efficiently as possible. So, some words on the back. Contents here, you got the handbook, 2 reference sheets, a card token sheet, 10 6-sided dice, a game board, ready to use terrain, the 14 Citadel miniatures, the Angels of Death kill team, 7 operatives, and the Plague Marine kill team. So, with that being said, let's get into it. I have already removed I thought I'd already removed some of the tape. I could have sworn. No, maybe it's this side. You know what? I'm getting very confused. I thought I'd already removed some of the tape. How embarrassing. So, let's open it up and see what we have. We'll do the normal sort of unboxing nonsense that we do here. Death Guard, Death Guard, Death Guard, Death Guard, Death Guard, Death Guard, and indeed Death Guard. Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine, Space Marine. Lovely. We have a bit of cardboard. What is this? It's got a whole load of card skull tokens down the side of it, as you can see right there. Cardstock stuff in here. We have rulebook there, and we got various sort of bits of sheeting there, and the dice. So there we go. Fun stuff. Now let's have a sort of a bit of a rummage through here, shall we? I'll remove all of this just so we have a clear desk. This is basically how they came in the Space Marine Heroes series. You could either buy them singly, and this is how they came. I guess it was just this in a box, and I'm assuming instructions. They do include the base on each of them, which is a good thing. You know, it's nice and self-contained. They're already like pre-colored, so you get, you know, one side is blue, one side is green, so you can play basically straight away, even before you start painting, if you want to paint, that is. I will definitely want to be painting them. So you get sort of various weapon options. Well, you don't get options, really. These are just the loadouts you get. So a standard bolter, I believe. Maybe it's got a scope on it. Stalker bolt rifle, I think that is. This bloke's got a cape and a sniper rifle. So he's a sort of, what are they called? I know there's a Space Marine. I've forgotten the one with the sniper rifle. Anyway, there's a shooty one. Lovely stuff. What is this? Heavy bolter. Gravis Marine. This one also has a cape right here, and it is evidently a captain of some variety. This bloke just has a what variety of? Is that just a bolter or a weird shotgun? I think it's a bolter. Yep, it's a bolt, just a regular bolter, I believe. Another is an auto bolter, bolt rifle, bloke with a chainsword and a heavy bolt pistol. Bonk those there, and then we can have a look at these Death Guards. I'm going to be really confused here. In fact, I think this was the one I wanted specifically for the Death Guard side of things. It's a wizard. It's a Death Guard. Was it a plague caster of some variety? Enjoy my knowledge of Death Guard, although I do have a potential Death Guard army waiting in the wings to make and paint on this channel. So, you know, you will see these painted up. I was going to say sooner or later and then realized that probably later, but it will happen at some point. This one also has a staff. He's got some horns. He's got a big knife. Righty-ho, who we've got a grenade, throwing a grenade. He's got a bolter. Obviously, got the little nurgling, very, very important. Got a cape, so you know he's definitely somewhat important. He's got a sword or a knife and a plasma pistol, excuse me. This bloke has a plague flail, I believe this is called. I could be mistaken. I'm sure people in the comments will let me know. And this one's just a bolter and a knife. And I believe that means this one's a plague spewer, I think. Some variety of heavy weapon. It looks like I think it's a plague spewer. Again, let me know if I'm wrong. Could well be wrong. Anyway, so those are the Marines. They are pushed to fit. They are, I assume, relatively easy to take off the sprue if they're pushed. If you don't need any tools, I'm assuming you can just wiggle them a little bit and off they come and push them together. When it comes to building them, I personally will be chopping down the majority of these posts that fit into these holes here, just because in the past they have been a bit too snug and there's been a bit more of a gap than I'm really happy with. So I tend to actually snip off the end. I don't know, what, ½ centimeter or a few millimeters of it, just so there's a bit more wiggle room, so there's a bit of a tighter fit. But you know, that's just a personal thing. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, I know when these were released, these all had names. They all had sort of named characters, I guess, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if they're named here. Here's a reference sheet for the Plague Marines. Nope, they're not named. So starting with the Plague Marines right here, we've got the Plague Marine Champion, the Malignant Plague Caster, I do apologize, a Plague Marine Bombardier, Plague Marine Fighter, Plague Marine Heavy Gunner, Icon Bearer, and Plague Marine Warrior. So yeah, when the series came out, they all had like their sort of names to make them a little bit more personal and whatnot. You can easily do that, but Kill Team doesn't really recognize that apparently. But there we go. So I guess you play this and you put damage tokens in these boxes. I don't know. I don't play Kill Team. I have a few boxes of Kill Team warbands and stuff, but I've never actually played it. But there we go. Reposition. They've got some in sort of not instructions. What are these things called? Reposition, dash, fallback, charge, shoot, and fight. They all cost AP. Lovely stuff. Good to get that all written down. And then you get the Angels of Death. I'm assuming there are also no names here. Space Marine Captain, Intercessor Sergeant, Assault Intercessor. We're going to get the Eliminator Sniper, the one I was struggling to remember the name of. Heavy Intercessor, Intercessor Warrior, and another Intercessor Warrior. As I said, I'm going to be using these not for Kill Team. I'm going to be probably using these for a custom chapter kind of thing in the following, in 2025, basically. That's my plan for them. Rather than anything else, the Death Guard will be just joining my Death Guard. These are cardboard token sheets, and we have a starter handbook. Very good if you want to get people into the game. That's going to be a good thing. Got to have the rules, got to have all the sorts of nonsense in here. Welcome to the kill zone. This is the instructions if you need them for building these. It should be relatively simple, but as with most things, there is an order to put things in. If you want to cut down on breakages. I have actually been telling a slight porcupine. There is a slight option right here. as you can see, there is a different head option, helmeted or unhelmeted. So I apologize, I wasn't quite aware of that, but there we go. Fun stuff. So, turn the page. Yep, more head swap options for a good, well, I'd say over 50% of them seem to have a little head swap option available. I wonder if that's also with the Death Guards. There's one head swap option there, and also there. Some of them don't. I think they all seem to have a head swap option. Yep, they all appear to have that. Nice. That appears to be the only option. They don't appear to be any weapon options or anything swap options or anything kind of like that. But it's supposed to be relatively basic and quick, so you don't have to worry about, am I making the right decision? Is this the optimum loadout or any of that kind of nonsense? This is it. That's what you get. So that's a good thing. What do we got here? No more mortal could cope. So this is a bit about Space Marines, a bit about the Death Guard and the kill teams. We've got the basics, a game like no other. Very important. We've got some missions here, introductory scenarios and stuff like that. Melee attack rolls, victory or defeat, tutorials. That's kind of an important thing, especially if you're going to be going up against someone particularly competitive. Attack and defense rolls, suppressing fire. Movement, objectives. I missed a page there. Move, move, move. That's another training scenario. I do like, as someone who's not played the game since, I think, 2001, I think, you know, these tutorials are a good thing. I would probably, I know there are definitely people out there who are going to be wanting to rush through this sort of stuff. You're like, no, I just want to get to playing proper games quickly without doing the tutorials, but I suspect they're probably a good thing. And I think they're probably going to be easy enough to not need to worry about, you know, wasting too much time on. Then you get to choose the kill team right here. You can't take everyone apparently by the looks of it. We'll kind of speed through here. You got additional rules, weapon rules, alternative ops, alternative setups, blast and torrent weapons. See how that sort of affects different things. We've got next steps. So you've mastered the basics. Now take your game to the next level and join a global community of kill team gamers. Unlock more power for your teams. Try painting. Very good. You might want to check out some of my videos in the future. Stuff like that. The kill team data cards. There's thingamajig. Painting. Kill team set. Paintbrushes. Painting your Space Marines. Painting your Plague Marines. Slay the competition. Very important. Equipment pack. Stuff like that for little bits of scenery. And then these are like the kill teams that are available in boxes straight away. And this is the only beginning. This is this is only the beginning as well. So that's that. Good stuff. It's probably a good sort of gateway into the wider Warhammer 40k sort of world. And the more, not only is it wider, it's also can be more expensive. So, you know, just be aware. Be aware. It is coming up to Christmas though, so now is a good time. What have we got here? We have got, I don't actually know. What is this? There is a weird, oh, hello. Okay, aha. The MDF, the fabled MDF scenery. Now, I personally am not entirely sold on MDF scenery. Now, I'm personally not sold entirely on MDF scenery just because I prefer the idea and the mental image of, you know, slightly more in depth molded plastic bits and pieces and like custom made bits of scenery. Saying that, this is, I remember the good old days of cardboard scenery, which was basically this. It was printed. Oh, hello, that's just come off. It was printed, and you sort of slot it together, and that was that. It didn't last particularly long, but it's good enough to get you up and running, which I think is definitely the most important thing. It also seems to be, well, it is printed nicely. As far as I can tell, I've got, as I said, no experience with MDF scenery. Truth be told, I don't have huge amounts of experience with plastic scenery yet. I mean, the printing looks good quality as far as I can tell. Might as well remove this now. Sort of laser cut, printed on both sides with a nice sort of finish. And you just sort of slot it together. 1A and 1B. Let's slot some together live and on air. How about that, folks? How about that? Can I make a fool of myself, or will it go together? Will it go together nicely? Apparently, it'll go together nicely. So, happy days there. As I said, it's you know, it'll get you up and running nice and quickly. I don't know how easy it is to take apart. It is rather firmly jammed in there, so bear that in mind. Oh, there we go. It does come apart though, but it will sort of, you know, it is a tight fit and it will kind of damage. So just be wary of that. Having disasters with the computer at the moment, which is not ideal. Anyway, so you do get 3 cardboard sheets of scenery to get you up and running in your kill teams. So that is good stuff. We've got this bad boy. I'm not entirely sure what this is, but I suppose we're about to find out. Aha, the game board. Oh, I'm liking this already, truth be told. Because not like in previous sets and stuff like that, we've just had a folded sheet of paper, which I'm not entirely keen on. This is a folded sheet of cardboard. It's solid. It's more solid cardboard, double-sided. As you can see, there's a sort of Mars surface, and then there's a, I don't know what you'd call this, battle wasteland as well. Folded cardboards. It's heavier duty than the paper, so that is a good thing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Strangely, I don't know measurement wise, whatever that was. I didn't measure it, but it's large enough to get you up and running, and I'm assuming the right size for kill team. I don't think you'll get many games of 40k on it, unless it's like the really small games. But there we go. So that's that. That is the contents. Excuse me, I tell a lie. There's this thing with these paper tokens on, which you have to cut out. Be careful when cutting them out, by the way, with the scissors, etc. And of course, you've got the kill team dice right there. So that's that. That is basically the contents of this kill team box set. Now we've had a look at the contents of the box set. What are your thoughts? Do let me know in the comments below. As we saw, the contents were the 2 kill teams made up of the 7 miniatures each. And as we mentioned earlier, these are both the contents of previous Space Marine Heroes series. The Death Guard were in fact Space Marine Heroes series season 3, and the Space Marines were series 4. I didn't really bother getting those when they were released. I remember seeing them, but most of them went rather quickly, and I was only really keen on getting one. And as they were basically blind boxes, I never bothered getting it. You could buy them in a great big old chunk of, I think, 8 boxes for 8 individual miniatures. For I think it was around about £45 each. So if you wanted both of those series, be around about what, £85-90 for those, which is I don't know, for 14 miniatures. I mean, it's Games Workshop. I think we all know it's not the cheapest of stuff. And I don't really have any experience, as I said, with MDF scenery, like cost-wise, etc. I know it's cheaper than plastic, obviously, especially more so with the printed stuff. I know there's been a Kickstarter or two with printed scenery as well. And I think this is the first time that Games Workshop have done laser cut MDF scenery. Let me know in the comments if that's a mistake, though. But as I said earlier, there were, in the good old days, the printed cardboard sort of cut out bits of scenery, i.e. for like more time. I remember the Blood on the Streets, I think it was. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I think it's the lack of kind of molded details and stuff like that, which is kind of makes me go, I'm not so keen on the MDF stuff. But maybe in the future we could do a video on sort of tarting up the MDF scenery, gluing stuff on and stuff like that. Maybe that's of interest to you. Do let me know in the comments if sort of a bit of scenery stuff is of interest, because I would like to do that. And if there's, you know, interest in it, then great. So yeah, that's the miniatures and the MDF. At least sort of what, 85, 90 pounds for the miniatures back then. God knows how much they are on eBay, or at least have been going on eBay. The MDF scenery wouldn't have been too cheap, and you also get the handbook, the reference cards, those cutout tokens, the 10 dice, and the game board. So this comes in at kind of what is it, £67.50, I think, direct from Games Workshop. But you can get it, you know, from a third-party store as well. Usually, mostly these are cheaper than Games Workshop, so well worth looking for there. You could potentially use my Element Games affiliate link, which is linked below, or hopefully, I don't know, one side corner of the screen, there'll be a link to this item, where you can get sort of, I think the price varies really between 10 and 20% off. For example, Element Games, I think they have it for £57.38, so that's a good old saving of £10, which is always a good thing, especially right now. Even more of a saving, I guess, if you have a friend you want to play the game with. They're interested in one side, you're interested in the other, and you can sort of go in on halves on it, etc. That is always a good thing. Because Games Workshop, we all know they aren't the cheapest. We all know that. But I think the starter sets are generally a good deal because they get people into the hobby and then onto the more expensive things. I certainly know that. I should say, though, that I was originally under the impression that these sets were not limited to the duration of the series, however long those series ran for. I think it was, 6 months or whatever it was, or maybe it was a year, and then that was stopped forever. So yeah, and then you could only get them really from eBay or shops which hadn't sold them yet. So that could have been a mistake that I wasn't paying enough attention. Who knows? But it does set a precedent that these sort of Space Marine heroes, I know Age of Sigmar does it as well, they will be available again if you wait long enough. So that is a good thing, I guess. But it also cut down on ridiculous prices on eBay, because some of these kits sold out really quickly and they're all on eBay, and that's irritating. But that sort of wraps up the unboxing for now. Please let me know if I missed out on something. I know it was a bit rushed, and also I saw halfway through we'd run out of space for the recording. It was a bit of a nightmare, so I might have missed something in dealing with that. So yeah, I am moving to recording painting videos, making those as we speak, and I'm hoping to start releasing those and getting back to a more regular painting schedule in January of 2025. We do have various armies to build across a range of Games Workshop game systems. Yeah, so we got 40k Horus Heresy, the Old World, Necromunda. I'm going to probably I will tickle more time. Age of Sigmar, we will paint some characters and stuff like that, but I don't really have an army for them. So if you like this content and you would like to see more, do consider tickling that subscribe button and the like button, and maybe leaving a comment below. All that stuff helps feed the almighty algorithm. Right? And that's basically all there is for now, folks. I need to get to editing this video and hopefully locating some hard drive space on my computer. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.